How's it going, guys? Mick Ambrose from All About Tech, back for another video. Today I want to talk about electricity within the cryptocurrency space, as it is one of the biggest issues within blockchain technology at the moment. Not saying that blockchain technology is bad or anything like that. That's, I think, completely the opposite. But we have to talk about how to improve technology for it to get better, for it to be more widely used, etc. So today I want to talk about a cryptocurrency that I've followed since ICO, and its concept, in my opinion, is it's genius. In my opinion, it's all about electricity costs and how to make the most of the electricity we are using and the electricity we are wasting to use that for mining. So what I want to talk about is a cryptocurrency called Envion. Let me go to the display. This is their website. It is a top looking website, and I'm just going to go down here and basically talk about a couple of different points, and then I'll go into the points that I've written down. So what Envion are doing is they are building huge mining rigs in CSC shipping containers, adapting them to hold lots of mining equipment, and then you can plug them into a power source, and they have software to start mining instantly, very efficiently. They have a patented cooling system which they have developed, and the fact that it's patented just shows that they are on to a winner here, because cooling is incredibly important to not bottleneck a system and to get the most out of the power you're using, basically. Now, in terms of what energy you use, I mean, technically you could use an Envion MMU to plug in anywhere, any sort of power source, as long as you have the sufficient power necessary to power it. But if you think about how much electricity is being used currently around the world for mining, it's staggering. It outpaces how much electricity entire countries use, and it's one of the worries that people have in terms of blockchain technology, the amount of money it costs to mine and how much electricity it uses. But what Envion are doing is they're basically saying, look, if you've got a solar farm or a wind power farm, you could take one of these MMUs, these containers, drop it next to it, plug it in, and you have this new way of mining with greener energy. And it needs to be spoken about more because it is hugely important in the development of blockchain technology. If we don't address the issues that are like the costs involved in terms of electricity, it won't scale as big as we want it to. I mean, there's always means of generating power, but using greener energy is a genius idea. So Envion have main points that have driven their development of their MMU and their mining system. So the first one is mobility. Using these containers, these shipping containers, they can literally chuck it on a ship, chuck it on a lorry, and take it anywhere. It doesn't matter where, it can literally go anywhere around the world, plug into the power source, and away you go. That itself is genius, using shipping containers. People use shipping containers for all sorts of things outside of shipping things. I mean, people use them to build houses, for God's sake. If you've seen There's some really cool videos on YouTube how shipping containers can be used for so many different types of things, and Envion are really taking advantage of that and creating a system where you can take a mobile mining rig and take it anywhere. Modularity is another key concept. With these containers, you can stack them. You can stack them an unlimited fold. Like, as long as you've got the space, you can keep stacking them. And if you've got a big enough like solar power farm or a wind power farm or any sort of energy source that can power these MMUs, you can just keep scaling it up. That's modularity. That's a brilliant concept. Cost efficiency, I want to talk about. They've developed their own solutions to not waste power. So from the software that it starts up automatically and starts mining automatically, it's a plug and play system. You don't waste power turning it on and then having to spend time setting it up and stuff. As soon as you plug it in, it will start the process of mining. And in terms of cost efficiency for electricity as well, what they can do is, say, in a sunny day in, say, California, their solar panel farms produce so much electricity that they have to start paying other states to take their electricity because otherwise they're wasting it. And so much green energy is being wasted on a day-to-day basis because of the amount of electricity it's producing, and the need just isn't there. And obviously still using conventional ways of producing electricity. Obviously that's what's been around for so long. That's what they still use currently as a main source. And Envion can stick a bunch of containers down at these solar panel farms that are producing way too much electricity and make the most of that electricity, which helps solve a huge problem of wasted electricity and wasted money, because it is very expensive, the amount of electricity that's wasted each year on electricity. Maintainability, to be able to have all these mining rigs in a CSE container, it's not widespread, and the whole point is that they've developed a smart maintenance concept, which means that as long as something physically isn't damaged, if it's just a software issue or anything like that, they have developed a smart maintenance concept which automates maintenance within their OS, their system. It will automatically troubleshoot errors if efficiency isn't at 100%. It automatically looks in and looks at it. It's very, they've thought of everything here, and it is something I've wanted to talk about for a while. I've just not had time, but today I thought today's video can be dedicated to this, because it's fantastic. It's ridiculous. If you haven't checked them out, check them out. Check out their white paper. It's over 50 pages long. They have put in effort, and not to mention they raised over $100 million, which they weren't expecting to. Over $100 million raised. It's in the top 6 ICOs of all time. It's not really on any exchanges. It's only on a couple exchanges. It's on HitBTC. If we go into CoinMarketCap, it's currently, now during ICO, the first price it started at ICO was 70 cents. And then it went to 80 cents, and then it went to 90 cents, and then for the last part, it was at $1 per token. As you can see, with the huge fall in prices at the moment, with the dip, it is currently sitting at 50 cents, which is the lowest it's ever been. So, in my opinion, that is an absolute steal. And because of the way they've generated their tokens, because it's an ERC20 token. The maximum that they have produced is 150 million, and they've allocated just over 90% to investors, 5% to Envion, to the Envion company, and then a couple percent elsewhere. But the total supply that will ever be circulating on exchanges is 127 million. That's it. That is it. So obviously, if this becomes a huge solution to the use of electricity within blockchain, expect that price to fucking skyrocket. Because this solution, no one is doing. No one has done an efficient solution for the costs of electricity. That price will not stay at that price. It's still in the very early. It's still very early on. This is a long-term hold. They have a lot to accomplish. They have a lot of containers to physically build. I mean, I think they've already got like 1,000 orders for these containers, and they're taking a while to develop the first ones. They have the concept. They're currently developing them. They're tweaking them. What they need to do before it goes to the factory line for these MMUs to be massively produced, they need to make sure that the ones that they're producing are perfect. They need to make sure that the factory lines that are producing these know exactly how everything is made, especially with this patented cooling technology. As something is out of place, it won't be as efficient. So that is extremely important. I went off on a bit of a tangent there. Let me go back to the points. But what I just said there, I mean, it just shows it's massively important. And like this, the whole concept, like they've got a video at the top. You can check it out. Well, if I go back to the main page, they have a video down here. You can check it out. That's just, look, that's what it looks like in this massive solar panel farm. I mean, with that much going on, you could stack those, and because of the way these shipping containers are built, you can stack the shit out of them. It is genius, in my opinion. What a concept. What a concept. But anyway, the next points I want to bring along is plug and play, plug and mine. The way they've developed their power source for this is that as soon as you plug it in, the OS kicks in, the Envion OS kicks in, and it starts the process automatically. Energy companies, I think, are going to buy these up at the, I'd say at the truckload, but obviously it's one truck to ship one of these. They're going to buy these up at the shipload. These will appear at big energy companies. Just plug them in, get a little bit more use out of the electricity being produced. And the biggest benefit of it is that it affects every cryptocurrency. Because it's a mining solution, you can't simply brand Bitcoin as, it's a cryptocurrency that uses so much power. This fixes that. And because you can have them anywhere in the world, it's still decentralized, which is brilliant. You're not just going to have like 1,000 of these pop up at the same place and that'll be it. All mining will go through one place, kind of like a data center. That won't happen. These will be spread everywhere, all around the world, in different energy efficient solutions: wind power, solar power, other types of power. Those are the two main ones that the mass public are getting involved with, because the price of solar panels have come down so much, because there's a massive incentive. Like if you look at governments at the moment, the UK government are giving out incentives for people to put solar panels on their roofs to produce a bit of electricity more efficiently. My next point, expandability is kind of like modularity, where you can expand it and just stack these containers one above the other, above the other, above the other. Huge. I mean, look at, there's a little picture here of the Envion containers on a ship being transported. That's how easy these things are to transport. It's not like a building. It's these shipping containers, which you get enough of them, they are literally a building. And just this concept is brilliant. I'm not currently invested might I add. This is, well, as unbiased as I can be, but I think that electricity is hugely important. The reason I didn't invest at the time is because I didn't have tons of money, and I didn't want to pay $1 per token at ICO price. I thought, because I was just thinking about, well, at ICO price I don't want to be paying that much because I won't get as much tokens. But like I said, energy companies will buy these at the boatload. It's fantastic. I mean, considering that they're already, I think they've got 1,000 containers to be built by June, which is a big task for them because they're still developing it. But I mean, it's just brilliant. The last bit I want to talk about is the patented cooling technology. They have developed a system that's autonomous, so that no matter where you are in the world, it adapts to what type of cooling solution you need. If you're in 70-degree heat constantly, in a hot country, the cooling system will adapt to it. If you're in a freezing cold country, say if you're in like Iceland or where else is freezing cold? Antarctica. That's a bit outrageous, but it will adapt to the environment that it's in. And fair enough, they patented that shit because they should patent that shit, because that's really impressive. That's all I really want to talk about in terms of Envion. Check them out. They're on HitBTC. And check them out. The concept is brilliant. I mean, do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor, but I am going to start getting in on it at this price because it is, in my opinion, a steal, and I don't think it will stay at that price for very long. Anyway, I am Mick Ambrose. You have been watching All About Tech. Like and subscribe. Like this video, comment on this video, tell me what you think. I will be covering this cryptocurrency more and more. I don't just want to do videos about Electronium because there's other great projects out there, and as an advocate for blockchain technology as a whole, we need to find solutions for the few downsides that there are. I mean, it's not all 100% positive, but this provides a real solution. So I'll check you guys out in the next video. Take it easy, have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.